I was not the athlete. I was more an unhappy child with 2 right hands and 2 left feet. So I was not really the perfect athlete that a teacher would think a great athlete is born. I felt that I was missing something and I couldn't explain it in words. But in that moment I just was unsatisfied, I was unhappy, I was not balanced. And so also that my daughter was quite young, I realized that when I go out for a training, 20-30 minutes after my work, I come back and I'm just more balanced, that I'm just more happy, that I just feel okay. And so this is that was the hardest for me at the beginning, to tell myself it's okay if you take these 20 or 30 minutes for yourself. I also took a piece of the time of the day for me, that it also was good for my whole surrounding, because I got a satisfaction, and I felt the more that I did it, the more I was outside. Sometimes it was good weather, sometimes it was bad weather, but it was a time for me where I heard my breath, where I was feeling my heart beating. These were the important things. Always when I came back from training, I was satisfied. And so I knew this was my goal and I wanted more. I compared myself always with a seed that is growing. At the beginning, because I was that child, that not talented child, I developed being a tree, being a strong tree, being a big tree, and finally I felt like being a big apple tree with some good chewing apples. And this was, but it was not, I didn't have that feeling right from the beginning on. This was something that was growing, and so it was that good picture for me that joined me, and that I felt how far I could come, and to see that I achieved something over the years. If I had those professional races during my career, it always would be a had to and a pain, or something that was not at the end of the day fulfilled by joy, I couldn't last so long. But because always, even though trainings were hard, and even though sometimes I cried, and even sometimes I couldn't go on, at the end of the year or looking backwards, I would say I do the same thing again. And because I had this feeling, I think I want to keep on racing. Also that I know I'm no more, I don't have the same speed anymore, but I'm no more 20 years old, so I don't expect that for me to be so fast. But I expect, or I give myself the right to still enjoy the fantastic power. I will, and I'm very excited. Always, it's a good experience, and I love such experience where it's something new. It doesn't have to be perfect or organized like all the other events. I just love racing, meeting other people, seeing another culture, and because I am also an athlete, and I am even 30 years ago I was eating vegetarian food. So people told me, being a vegetarian, you can never win big races. And I know that I anyhow could do. And coming here, it's kind of also special to me, because I love eating curry. And being India, having curries is perfect. It fits really good for me. So that it's the same distances, yeah, we cannot argue on this, but definitely the race with conditions like that, it cannot be as fast as a race in Europe where it's 14 degrees. Because in 14 degrees, you can race faster, you can breathe harder. In here, you have to slow down to watch that your body temperature does not raise too much. You have to watch that your fluid intake is as much as you can and not too much, because if it's too much, your body cannot digest, you will vomit again. So this is a balance that every athlete has to find, the right speed, I would say.